Right, everybody, we're due for a little bit of a catch up because we've had a few changes around here recently, and oh, I think that might be the biggest giveaway of it all in the background, sneaking up on me. And basically, I have now got both Ember here, who's very interesting. Oh my God, that. Okay, well my white t-shirt is now no longer white. Thank you, Ember. So I've got Ember and Lara are now together, which is very, very lovely. So we'll go back a bit. We'll take a few steps back and we'll see how we've got to this point. Because obviously, once upon a time, of course, Ember and Lara obviously were together with Bonnie, but also with lovely Zach at where I live at home, because where I have them at home in my rented house, there was a big equestrian setup, as it were. So they had lovely stables and fields, and yeah, it worked very much when I could have them all together. And you're very, very close to me, my darling. When I could have them all together and go over there, come on. I feel like I might get trampled. Good boy. When I could have them all together and as one, and it was quite good because Bonnie would go out with Lara and Ember would go out with Zach, so I had boys and girls and it was all fine. So a while ago my landlord had asked if I could move one of the horses out to make room for another horse that he had coming in of someone else's that worked for him. So that made total sense. So I moved Ember to Justine's, which at the time was, the obvious solution because Ember could go to Justine's. It was great because then I had, I was at my trainer's house and it was good, and we could do all the work and everything that we needed to do, and Ember loves it there because that's where he's very familiar with it. He's about to dribble all over the camera. Don't do that, darling. Yeah, and it worked out really, really well. And so I had Ember on livery at Justine's, and Lara and Bonnie and Zach lived together. And then, obviously, very, very devastatingly, sadly, I had to have Bonnie put down 2 months ago now. God, that's gone fast, isn't it? That's nuts. So that meant that Lara and Zach were together, which was, again, fine. And they lived happily together. Obviously, Lara's very sad about Bonnie, as we all were. And then, hello, Lara. Now Lara's coming to say hello. Hello. Yes, that's the camera. Don't knock it over. Don't knock it over. Oh, God. So basically, Zach, he was not that sound in the summer. He's not that sound in the summer. He's kind of a bit older. He's a bit sensitive to the ground, and he's way better just chilling, not doing really any work in the summer. Which is fine because he's a hunter and that's what he does. So he'll have the summer off and then come back into work for hunting in the autumn. Basically, the horse then that was supposed to be coming when Ember was evicted, as it were, finally came. And so then it was a case of having Zach, this horse, and Lara, and it was all getting a bit too, it was all getting a bit too much for me to kind of cope with, like, logistically. I was like, this is a freaking nightmare. Why have I got 2 horses in different places? I'm also looking after like other horses when I don't have to. And obviously I would always look after horses like they're my own, and I get kind of way too attached. And that's kind of what happened to Zach, really. Not in a bad way, but I'm spending my own money on him, and just not really thinking about things logically, and then thinking, oh well, maybe, you know, why don't I'd love to buy Zach and blah blah, and start thinking all of this, and it's like, no, I don't need that. I love him to pieces, like he's a lovely horse and he's great, but I don't need that. Really, I just can't. It's just, yeah, I've actually found the sweet spot, as sad as it is not having Bonnie, is just having 2 horses. Anyway, fast forward to now, and yeah, so you can see I've got Ember and Lara together, which was obviously always kind of, well, that's what you want, isn't it? You want your horses to be together. Now that leaves me with, well, what's going to happen to Ember when, you know, when I want to ride him and stuff, and when I go out with him, and what's Lara going to be like? Now, we all know Lara is a little bit of a live wire in her nature, and she's actually, the setup here is perfect because I've got a stable. I've got a couple of stables actually, so she can go in when Ember goes out doing his thing. She can go in and be kept occupied with oodles of food, hay nets, everything, salt licks, blah blah. The world is her oyster in a stable for that time, and then Emma can go out, and she's just really going to have to get used to it. And that is actually, when she had her injury and she was on box rest, she kind of had to cope with that then as well. And you know, sadly, that's just the way it goes. I'm not going to get another companion for my companion because financially that's not a very wise decision, and I know my parents would be very proud of me right now for saying that. So yeah, it's just kind of using my noggin, thinking, what do I really want? Well, I want somewhere where my horses can be together, and they can be happy, and that's exactly what they are, happy and together. And you know, and I don't need horses for the sake of it. Obviously, I'm not saying that was what Bonnie was, because she wasn't, but well, it kind of was actually. She was very much, but I loved her to pieces. And if I could have kept her forever healthy and happy, then, you know, that's what I would have done. Anyway, so you're probably now thinking, well, you know, Lara's fine, Ember's fine. What about poor Zach? Well, actually, so now that the other horse has arrived, he's being, the baton of care has been passed along. So he has someone else come and do him every day when they're doing the other horse. And he's also starting his ridden work again because he's sound, so that's good. And then hopefully he might, yeah, he'll come out and be fine for whatever he wants to be done in the winter. But you know, I can still see him from my window for the time being, because as I mentioned, we will eventually be moving house as well. So this is also why I was kind of thinking, well, I might as well get Lara settled somewhere now with Ember, because we're moving house and I'll have to move her anyway. So why do that in the winter when it's horrible and manky? Why not do it in the summer? So it's just so much to think about. Anyway, so yeah, what else? So where we've moved to is really, really lovely, and it's not a permanent move. This is not where they're going to be permanently. Very lucky to have some lovely friends who offered to accommodate while they're in the process of, they don't have horses yet basically here, and they said, yeah, I think come in, have the grazing, do whatever you like. Yeah, so I've now started livery here as such, but I am on my eyes are peeled for something more permanent, because it is a faff moving horses, and I'm quite set on the fact that I really don't want a yard like a busy yard environment, because Lara hates it so much. Like Ember does not give a flying sausage about busyness, like yard life, anything. He's very relaxed and happy. But Lara is very sensitive. If there's horses like doing stuff, or like she's brought in from the field and she's left out in the field, even when she's with another horse, like she'll just go a bit crazy, and it's just, she's just gets stressed very easily. And she loves to colic just for fun. So if I can avoid that with her, then that's fine. So that's why I think a nice private setup like what we've got luckily at the moment, and this is for over the winter, so we can be here over winter, which is great. And then in the spring I have hopefully, I'll have lined up something else a bit more permanent. But finding stuff like that round here is it's kind of like this, like hen's teeth. So it's kind of right place, right time kind of situation. So I mean, in the dream world, yes, I'd buy an amazing house with land and stables and blah blah blah, but the reality is I can't afford that. This is very, obviously the house that we're moving into is another rented property, and which is fine. We love that. So yes, lots of logistics, lots of horse admin. However, I'm really happy with how these guys have settled here now, and I'm just really grateful for everyone around who makes it possible for me to have the horses and have them happy. And basically thank you to Rob for putting up with me. I think he says no more moving horses for a bit. So yes, if we can put that off until the spring and then think again, then that's what we'll do. So anyway, that's the update, guys. That's where the horses are now. And everyone's really happy. But what I will do is I'm gonna show you some of the process, as it were, from moving day and everything. I haven't really included much from clearing the yard back out at where I had them before, where I live, because I haven't. I just wanted to get it done. But everything is now here in place and ready for the winter. Right, Lara Lee, you've never been in this lorry before. So I'm taking the precaution. The chiffney, those who are familiar with Lara knows that she has some loading antics. Dragged me around the car park a few times, haven't you? So hopefully she will not be too bad today. Let me grab your hay net. I know, I'm sorry, Zach. It's very sad. Very sad. You do have a friend here. Right, come on then. Rob, if you come out. Come on. I know. She says, I don't want to go in there, Mum. Come on, sweet girl. Come on, big girl. Well done. Well done, well done. I know. I know. Let's get you clipped on. And then I'll take your chiffney off and then I'll give you a hay. Yeah. Right, you're going to stay in here. Yeah, we'll just shut you in. Right, so it's been a while since Ember's seen Lara Lee. Look, here we are. Oh, you're so good. That's it. In you go. No squealing. I'll say hello, but no squealing. Good boy. That's That's it. I mean, he wouldn't be the one to squeal. That's it, good boy. Right, I just need that, just grab the hay net. Although I don't think we need it for this 2-minute journey down the road. But just to keep you occupied from her swinging legs. He's like, I want hers instead. Good girl, Lara. Do you remember Ember? I just fear for Rob's life slightly at the other end because I'm going to have to be controlling Lara, but you'll be all right with Ember, I'm sure. Yeah, she's just a bit of a live wire. She hasn't changed. 18 years old, and she has not changed one bit. But luckily, her saving grace is that she does travel. Once she stopped kicking the lorry, she does actually travel quite well in it. So that's good. So yeah, so the next step, the next stop is where we're going, where they're going to live. And then, but Rob and I are going to have a quick recce, work out a plan, so we don't want to take them off and be blind where we are. And then kind of make it as stress-free as possible for everybody. Right, darling, I need a heave-ho, please. Ready, steady, heave-ho. This is what he's... This is what you're good at, darling. Thank you kindly. Lovely job. Right. And away we go. And it's like, where are we? You put your head back in now, haven't you? Rob's just doing a bit of paddock maintenance, and then so this is the paddock that they're going to be going into, and it's got this little yard bit here, and they can come in here if it gets too hot, which is quite nice. So I think they'll be in this one initially, and then there are other paddocks, so once they've settled in here, I'm just going to see if it's okay, and then they'll probably move to the other ones because their job is to get the grass down. Oh, that looks nice. Is it a bit minging? Hope don't lose the rubber bit. That's what I did the other day. Right. And do this. Okay, you can get his head collar off. Watch out. That's it. Oh look, just like they've never been apart. Checking out their surroundings. Oh. They've got a nice tree cover there. I think we're giving up with the trough, so Rob's going for the hose approach. I'm going to come back up here and just, there's a couple of bits of ragwort. I'll just pull them out and then I think we're good to go, but they're happy as Larry. They do not care. They haven't discovered this inside bit yet, but I mean, that's probably good because I need to give it a good sweep out and probably put some matting down so no one slips over. Also make sure that this is secure. Yes. How exciting. Lovely job. Does that water work, darling? Looks like it. That's good. Okay, great. Great news. Dee dee. Dee 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 dee. You don't know what to do with yourself, do you, Lara? Hey? They're like, we've got too much grass. We are just loving life. They're going to be both the size of barrels. I don't quite know I've ordered 30 bales of hay. I don't think I needed to order 30 bales of hay, did I, babe? Well, winter is coming, I suppose, yeah. Winter is coming. Oh, look. So you've never been apart. Cutie patooties. Hey? Do you want to have a look in there? Careful. She's just checking out where the water is. She says, okay, what if I'm thirsty? Demi, look, the water's here. She loves to get as close as she can. You're so pretty. You're a pretty girl. Oh. Oh look, classic tart. She says, Ember's brought me into season. I love him. So you've forgotten about Zach then? She says, yeah, who's Zach? Oh, is she going to brave it? She says, I don't know what's in there. What's in there? What's in there? We might just have to retrieve the dead pigeon, which is in the corner, because that's going to be stinky. Oh, that's a you job, I think.
Is it?
Yeah, that's a you job. Right, since I last saw you guys, I've been not so much vlogging, more, well, I can't say I've done anything. Rob's done 95% of everything actually. And we've managed to clear out the stables at the home yard, as it were, where Lara was before, and mucked out my stable at Justine's, so that's all done. Rob has single-handedly loaded 8 and 10, well, all of this, which includes 10 horse rubber matting things, a massive chest for my rugs, feed bins with feed in, just everything. So I also think he's probably cursing me by vlogging this and not helping. I'm going to help in a second, but the ponies they were just there. Oh, they've gone. They were just chilling under the tree, so don't know where they've gone, but right, I'm gonna help Rob now. Okey smoky dokey wokey. These guys are super happy. The trough is filled. Rob has been just an absolute diamond. Let's go around this way. Washing the horse wee off his hands because he's just rubber matted the front half of their, this is like their field shelter bit, I guess. So they can come in here if the flies get too bad, which they're not actually that bad here. And then we've also got their mats, well, just a anti-slip mat in front of the stable, which they won't be using for the time being, but if need be, it can be used. So yeah, happy days. So they seem very happy together. It's really nice actually to have them both back as one. Look at them, they're ridiculous. You're ridiculous, aren't you? So yes, we're very happy. It's like you're showing off for the camera. Anyway, I better get Rob home because he's done enough and he wants to go and watch the rugby at the pub with the boys, which is more than well deserved. I think he's probably looking forward to a nice cold beer And right, so we're back today and we have got a little bit of paddock maintenance to do. So Rob is going to be coming in a minute with his quad bike and the trailer, which we're going to be keeping here locked away safely. And we're going to do a little bit to the paddock. I'm going to show you my tack room and the current setup and yeah, show you how good it is and how it's going to really work for this winter season. There, you've got a brand new fly mask on. Aren't you spoilt? Okay, so this is the stable that they can walk in and out of to get away from the flies. I think it's obviously playing its part. And they've got a salt lick there. Okay, salt lick there. And then, as we've seen, the water trough, which I fill up every kind of 2 days actually. You're drinking a lot of water at the moment, aren't you, darling? Yes, I am. Thank you, loves a head scratch. And then, so this is the field now. So as you can see, big comparison to when they moved in a week ago. They've been very busy eating, lots of eating. So in terms of riding, I actually haven't taken Ember out yet because I wanted him to settle with Lara, give them time so that Lara doesn't think that, you know, Ember's going to be going anywhere when she's not settled and doesn't know what's going on or where people are. So you haven't really done anything, but it's fine. We don't really have any plans, like I've said. I don't really have any plans at the moment, and that's not, he's fine, he's not lame, don't worry guys. It's just, I've just knew that all of this was on the horizon and it's a bit stressful having to think about it. So I thought, well, he can have a little midsummer holiday. The ground is absolutely rock hard anyway, so it won't do him any harm. He's having a little snooze in there. Little snoozy time. Coming up the driveway. Hello, Rob. Handsome boys. Meow. Kitty. Well done, darling. Is that okay?
Yeah. Hot.
Hot. Yeah. I bet. Yes, we can put it in there. I'll give you a hand. So Rob's delivered the quad from our house. He's driven it across the byways and with the trailer, so I can poo pick. Very exciting. Sorry about the light in here, guys, but this is my new tack room stroke feed room stroke massive storage area. So I'll flip you round. I have had 30 bales of hay delivered, which is going to be my winter storage because the hay yields have been really bad this year because of the dry weather and the crops haven't grown. We've got the box of doom, which Rob had to move by himself, which has got all of my rugs. They're all washed and packaged up nicely. These are all washed and in their bags and everything. So they're all organised. That's good to have them all there. And then I've got some more on top of this chest here, which we do have another chest, which is in Rob's other car, which he moved today. So we just need to put those in when that arrives. Some like hosey bits and bobs. That's Lara's hay soaking bucket for when she needs to eat the hay, but she needs it soaked because she's high maintenance. And then over here, basically I've collated 2 tack rooms into one because I had basically 2 tack rooms. I had one at Justine's and one at home. So there's a lot of stuff to move. So we've got my feed bins. I need to basically sweep out this bit. This is the quad bike and the trailer, which, as you saw, Rob kindly delivered, so we can get on and do some poo picking. My tack, which is everything that's got covers on, because I think there's a pigeon in here which just likes to poop. But you look, it's a huge barn, covered, nice secure roof. Everything's really dry. And then I've got my rug rack, which I need to sort out. And then this is the stuff that I need to just organise and put on. So I've got this shelf under here, which can accommodate, but I've got all my boots, everything in here, and this is all the stuff that I've decided I'm keeping because I've also got another stuff of like a load of stuff that I'm selling, so which I've accumulated over the years. Anyway, so this is this is my tack room, which it's a pretty good size and will do the job just right. So I'm probably going to do a tack room organising video. Let me know if you want to do that. But also, because I can't figure out the electrics in here, there is a light, but I can't figure out where the switch is or what's going on. So I think I'm going to think of a solution, and maybe hit up Amazon because I've seen some really good solutions there. I'm also going to look into cameras and see if I can get a camera hitched up to the field and stables. So that's the plan. Anyway, Stan. So in terms of the setup, I'm actually really chuffed. And yeah, happy horses. That's the main thing, isn't it, Bem? You're a happy boy. You're a happy boydie. Yeah, I don't want to kiss. Right, guys, you're fully up to date now with the goings-ons. So no more mysteriousness. I always like to be quite clear about what's going on and where the horses are, obviously. Don't like to keep you guessing. So yeah, now you know. Now you know what the crack is. So I am now going to leave because Rob's gone to cycle up to the coast, and I'm going to meet him up there. But I'm not cycling. Ooh, obviously, because who wants to do that in 25 degrees? Not me. Anyway, if you want to keep up to date with the goings-ons and whatnot, then make sure you're subscribed to my channel. And yeah, there is a couple of other things brewing, plans and whatnot, which will unfold inevitably very soon. So as I said, I'll keep you in the loop, but for now it's quite under embargo, as you like. So yeah, anyway, enjoy your days, whichever, your week, your life, and I will see you soon. Bye guys, ciao.